And we're back with another episode of Between the Lines. Bones, we've got a pretty good show today. I know you hate when I say I've got a great show.
I love it. I love when you set expectations high, Stevie. I'm just keeping them low because I'm kind of a fuck up.
Yeah, low expectations, over deliver. I got you.
Yeah.
So yeah, great show, pretty good show. Today's show, we're gonna go over the top 3 questions that we received during last weekend's live stream.
The double live stream.
Double live stream.
Yeah.
And then we'll get right into our preview. Manchester City, Chelsea, that's today, 3:15 p.m. Massive game. Probably, I think you and I both agree, probably the best quality game since the restart.
Yeah, and the teams have, the games last week were terrible, let's be honest, but the teams have started to round into form.
Yeah. So, but first, Bones, let's start off. The big news, I think it's like, making its way around the globe right now. Everybody's talking about it.
It was all over Twitter today.
Nobody gives a fuck about Manchester City versus Chelsea because David Luiz just re-signed with Arsenal. Another 1-year deal. He's staying in the Premier League, folks.
So I have only one theory. He has some kind of compromising information about the EPL because he was terrible for Chelsea last year. Then he gets signed with Arsenal, and now he's after that unbelievably terrible performance that we gave an ode to him, he's back up. He's re-upping with Arsenal.
But it's crazy that you go with kind of like a conspiracy theory because I have my own conspiracy theory.
Okay, good.
So I think that the EPL saw the kind of slow restart, not a ton of action that's going on. They're like, how do we fucking fix this?
Yes.
What's a better fix than David Luiz coming back?
You know what else? I think the moon landing was fake.
All right. Yeah. So David Luiz back in the EPL, all action. I guess, sorry, Arsenal fans?
Yeah, I mean, if you're an Arsenal fan right now, and we do love the Gunners because they have a great fan club where we're from.
Yeah.
But what is going on? You have to be so upset about because they had 4 signings yesterday, all subpar.
So I think, and this is my opinion, I think a lot of Gunners fans became Gunners fans when, the Invincibles. Yeah. So undefeated season, Thierry Henry,
Andre!
Pires, all these guys, incredible soccer in the Premier League. And then you look now, all of the signings that Chelsea have, Hakeem Ziyech, Timo Werner,
Man United on the rise.
Man United gets Bruno, Pogba, so all these signings, and then Arsenal announces David Luiz coming off what could be the most shocking performance in this year's Premier League.
I agree, and then you have Lacazette and Aubameyang, who have both turned out to be great signings, but they're stuck now. And you have to think they eventually ask out.
A lot of rumors about where Aubameyang's going to go. Rumors that he wants out as well. Guendouzi still hitting whippets, I'm assuming.
And I think the lesson for Aubameyang is don't ever leave Dortmund. Everyone that leaves Dortmund becomes terrible. Is that not true? Besides Lewandowski. And,
all right,
and select others.
Moving on from David Luiz. So let's get right into it, Bones. The 3 best questions we received during this week's live stream. I think you have the first question.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead?
From my boy Turb, a 6'11" sex god / step out 4. He said, I love the content and we appreciate it. When's the gear coming out, Stevie?
Yeah, so Bones, I think you and I just put the finishing touches on a design for I think we're going to do a t-shirt, maybe a beer glass as well.
You did all the work. I'll give you some credit.
Yeah, fuck off. So beer mug, beer glass, t-shirt. Now I think we're thinking Conquer the Fall line here.
Yeah.
And we'll do a hoodie probably.
I want to cut the grass in one of those zip-down hoodies with no sleeves. That's why I'm simply just today.
I think you and I have a different vision about this.
You see these things? They're not legal in 49 states.
Fucking loser. So that will be coming out. We'll, I'm sure you can find all that stuff on our Twitter, Instagram. We'll be, putting that stuff out soon.
Yeah, so, if anyone wants to put a little sponsor like the NBA jerseys, we're corporate whores.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't care where your people work and what they produce. We'll do it.
Yeah. So get right into the second question. This one comes from Eric Kellen. He's asked a question before on the live stream. Eric Kellen asked, what happened to Jesse Lingard? Eric, I'd like to address this in 2 parts, really. First part, Jesse Lingard, I think seriously though, got injured right before the pandemic. Is still probably coming back from that injury. So he's trying to recover right now. I think more importantly though, and this is the second part here, who gives a fuck about Jesse Lingard?
Yeah.
Jesse Lingard, 27 years old, hasn't really done anything for Manchester United. Scores though like 1 or 2 absolute shocking goals a year. But other than that,
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you as an expert, why can't these players like Jesse Lingard, who is a good player, far from great, British, why can't they find La Liga or Serie A or the German league and have some fun? Like, why? Because like you were telling me before we came on air, as they say in the biz, that he's probably going to be at West Ham next year, which is true.
yeah, I feel uncomfortable that you have to touch me whenever you like talk to me, Ben.
But I'm always one of these soccer legs, man. I have a great upper body with the lower body. I'm like I'm like a potato and sticks, Steven. A jacked potato and sticks.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I look forward to watching Jesse Lingard with like Brighton and Hove or West Ham next year, really crushing it, fighting that
And he'll be one of their
battle.
better players, so he'll just take cleats to the knee all the time.
Yeah, we'll see him there for about 2 years, and then we'll hear about him playing in like Tampa Bay next year in the USL League 2 or something like that.
Which,
So
quick sidebar, MLS July 8th. We don't need to talk about it, but excited.
yeah, we'll preview that when it comes. Yeah, so Jesse Lingard, Eric, don't ask us about fucking Jesse Lingard ever again. Decent player, not Manchester United quality, especially if you're expecting to
But
accomplish
thank you for
anything.
watching and all your support.
Yeah, really appreciate that.
So question 3, we differ on. It's who will be the top 4, and you wanted to explain the Man City situation.
Yeah, so this was Jeff from Cincinnati. Jeff, thanks for asking. Top 4 teams in the Premier League. How do we think that it's going to finish up? And I think Jeff is really referring to who's going to finish in the Champions League spot.
I hope so.
Curveball though, Manchester City is now facing a 2-year ban from Champions League.
12-6.
Final ruling on that is supposed to come down in July. So, but in the meantime though, we think that means that the top 5 teams will actually qualify for Champions League, with Manchester City losing out, being out. So, Bones, do you want me to go first with my top?
I would love for you to go first.
Yeah, let's kick it off with the best. So, obviously, Liverpool has wrapped it up. They just absolutely bent over Crystal Palace the other day. So,
You love saying that.
sometimes I love it too. Yeah, so they just bent over Crystal Palace. Manchester City, like we said, they're pretty comfortably in second, but we think they'll be out of Champions League. Third place, Leicester City currently. This is where I think the movement starts. I think Chelsea overtakes Leicester City.
Where does the movement usually start?
Right at 6, and then it goes to midnight.
Mine's in the root.
Yeah, so I think Chelsea overtakes Leicester City for that third place. Leicester City has looked terrible since the restart.
Yeah. Do you think Brendan Rodgers is getting the ghost of Liverpool? Like,
Little choke?
well, he's like, Gerrard slips.
Possibly, yeah. So I think Leicester City falls. I think Chelsea climbs. I think Leicester City even falls behind Manchester United. Picked up a good win against, convincing win against Sheffield United the other day. Sheffield United looks absolutely fucking terrible right now. Don't look like they can score. Don't look like they can keep anybody from scoring against
Their
them.
British manager, like, you can tell, because we've all played for coaches like that, you can tell at halftime he's just like, try harder.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Go into tackles.
Yeah. Yeah, just the guy that's like yelling at you on the sideline, stop fucking up.
Yeah, that was always the
Quality
coach.
coaching.
The one coach you have is like, you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
Maybe they're better than us, or you need to figure something out.
Yeah, so my top 5, I will go Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea. I think their young quality wins out over Leicester City. I think the young quality also manages to hold off of Manchester United. By the way, Chelsea still has to play Leicester City.
Liverpool.
We also talked to Liverpool, but that's second to last match of the season, so who knows where Liverpool's
And then the aforementioned
motivation.
thing, you said they play Man City today.
Man
which
City.
will be a treat. Please,
So-
everyone tune in.
So massive 3 games for them to see where they finish. Manchester United looks good. I just don't think that they'll have enough to overtake Chelsea. I do think Leicester City finishes 5th, which puts them in that final Champions League spot. And then Bones, we'll go Europa League real quick. I think Tottenham finishes in the Europa League, and I think Wolves finish Europa League. We mentioned that Sheffield looks like a fucking dumpster fire right now. I think they fall out. So I think those are your European spots. Bones.
Yeah, I guess the only question I have the same thing. The only question I have for you: do you think there's any possibility? You kind of addressed it, that Tottenham or Wolves. Wolves, they don't look great, but they're so solid. Is there any potential for them or Tottenham to get in the top 5?
I would think Tottenham over Wolves.
Okay.
Again, since a restart, Wolves have managed to squeak out results.
Yeah.
Not convincing, though. So Tottenham, even though Jose hasn't been really convincing either.
No, but they had tons of injuries. Now they kind of have everyone coming back.
By the way, is Jose just getting better with age? He's already, and Donnelly has already said that he will not play for Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, Mourinho's like, good, peace.
Yeah.
How much do they pay for him? A lot.
It typically takes 3 years for Jose to run through a team to get people to hate him. He's just sharpening his skills.
So
right
when
now.
you initially said that, I thought of like someone like a Clint Eastwood, or like George Strait would be a better example.
Okay.
So, like he's better looking. He's usually people that are miserable, it wears on.
Yeah.
He keeps looking. He looks amazing.
Yeah. What are those like? Those? Is it like?
Suzanne Summers.
Yeah. From what is that? What is that?
I don't know, Stevie. Come on, give me something. Come give me something. The mom from Step by Step.
The Halloween movie where they suck the children's life out.
Oh, right. They feed it back in. Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I think Jose Mourinho probably stole that guy's soul,
Yeah.
fed it into his own body, and he looks 5 years younger. And he's like, I did that.
That motherfucker's out here robbing souls.
And if they interviewed him, he'd be like, yes, I took his soul, I placed it inside my ear, and now I am still Jose at 48.
Yeah, he'd be like, I'm not arrogant, but I'm special.
Yeah, right. So moving on, we got a huge week coming up. FA Cup, like you talked about. Do you want to preview the live stream, Stevie? You're the brains behind this operation.
But I think before we even get there, preview Chelsea Man City today, 3:15.
Yeah, my girlfriend always tells me I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's different. I think that
we've all been there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great match. I know I get a little giddy sometimes on the podcast because I just can't believe how much I love soccer. Like, there's nothing like a matchup like this. Chelsea, Man City. Even if it's 0-0 and you say it sucked, it's because you didn't watch it. There's going to be chances both ways. You have so much talent for Man City, and then all the young guys for Chelsea. And do you think Pulisic starts?
You just don't get it.
You don't?
You don't get it.
You don't, because I hate when people say it was a bad match, like I can't watch soccer. There's bad games in the NBA, bad in the NFL. But back to my question, does Christian start? He's 21, not 23, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I think he does start, but I would not be shocked one bit if Lampard. So Lampard seems to like Christian, but just not enough to start him, especially in like massive games. This is a massive match for Chelsea. We've seen that he likes Willian. He likes Pedro, even though Pedro did not play last match.
But he's rested.
He's rested. But there's also rumors about Pedro already agreeing to a deal with Roma. So is there some bad blood there already?
And I was wrong. Mason Mount is good looking. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, thanks for checking the tape on that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but Christian Pulisic is also coming off an injury. So you wonder what they're doing with his minutes, if there's some type of program set out for him. That's why he didn't start the last match against Aston Villa. I would think based on his performance against Aston Villa, he starts. But I would not be shocked if he doesn't. Bones, I think you and I are both in agreement, though. We think Manchester City is going to win this match.
They're on a mission because, like we've talked about before we became on air, it's like the Eagles, their last tour, which I fucking hate the Eagles. But this is the last chance because with the ban, we at least think the ban's going to be a year. Pep's going to leave, Aguero's going to leave, De Bruyne's going to leave. So this is their last chance to win the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, Man City has looked really the only team since a restart that has looked kind of like they haven't missed a beat.
Yeah, the other teams look so tired, and Man City they're machines, and they're like 16 deep.
Yeah, you have to think the sex parties have really paid off for Kyle Walker. It doesn't look like he's lost any step in those legs.
Can you imagine Foden's like tender? I mean, my God.
Yeah.
He had 2 yesterday, or Tuesday.
And really shocking to consider that it was Tottenham the whole time practicing through the pandemic, not Man City.
Yeah.
But Man City has looked great since a restart. Really, Liverpool this past week against Crystal Palace looked like they kind of regained their form, but Manchester City really the only team that looks like they haven't lost a single thing.
And Man City's made for the schedule because you can just name them forever.
Yeah.
Sterling, Mahrez. I mean,
they even got Sané back.
Right,
So the
Sané.
pandemic seems to have helped.
And then Aguero being hurt means nothing because you have Jesus, Silva, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne. I mean, it's just and their defense is solid. Walker looks like the sex helped him as well.
Yeah, I'd love to just be a fly on the wall. Maybe more than a fly on the wall for those sex parties.
Yeah, I don't want to be a fly.
Yeah, I'd like to do some touching.
I'd like to be like his pet gerbil, like act like I'm running the wheel, but I'm only watching the whole time, one eye.
Yeah, so I think you and I are both in agreement. We like Man City in this matchup, just a little bit too much quality.
And Stevie, I was about to touch you again. I'm very sorry. We're on a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, 2-game winning streak, massive for us.
Jimenez again.
Yeah, so we are 1 game below 500, Bones. After all the shit that we've been through.
And we like Southampton tomorrow against Arsenal strictly for the David Luiz
could
signing.
Put us up. Yeah, really. Yeah, we think the David Luiz sign is just going to absolutely cripple Arsenal.
And we got some La Liga action coming this weekend, so a lot of stuff coming up. I'm very excited.
Tons of content, which brings us to the live stream this next weekend. So live stream is going to be 12:30, ESPN Plus, Manchester United.
Yeah.
Again, we've talked about Pogba, Bruno, see how they are. Another chance to watch them possibly against Norwich.
Who attacks?
Norwich, for as bad as they are, at least they get out and attack. So it should, if nothing else, it's going to be an entertaining game. 12:30 this Saturday.
And also, not to interrupt you, sorry, Stevie, but also a lost season for Norwich. They're going down. So the FA Cup, financial ramifications, being able to play in the Community Shield, so all that stuff.
Huge. Yeah, and then Sunday, massive matchup. Again, FA Cup, but it's Chelsea, Leicester City. We mentioned those teams have to play later in the EPL, so a good preview of what's to come with that.
And that's a magical time, 11:15. You wake up a little hungover, and then you just roll in and you watch Leicester play Chelsea.
Yeah, you just shake it off. You just dust off that
Big T-Swift guy.
Dust off that half-eaten Chipotle burrito from the fridge.
And then 1:30 if you're still hungover, Man City, Newcastle.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, so lots of content, lots of stuff going on all around the world. Make sure you keep up with it. Follow all of our content. You can like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're both on Twitter. Follow us on that. Follow the Instagram page
at BTL Soccer Podcast.
Yeah, tons of content. You can get all of our bets. We seem to be on a hot streak again. We're coming. And make sure you check that all out. And we will see you guys this Saturday for the live stream. Again, that's 12:30, ESPN Plus, Manchester United versus Norwich. And we will see you guys then.